Think about the last time someone ignored you. Maybe they left your message unread. Maybe they walked past you like you were invisible. Maybe someone you trusted suddenly went cold. No explanation, no reason, just silence. You remember how that felt. Not just emotionally, physically. A hollow sensation in your chest, a tightness you couldn't explain, an anxiety that would not settle, no matter how many times you told yourself it did not matter. Here is why it felt that way. Your brain processed it as pain. Real, physical, neurological pain, identical to the pain of a broken bone. And in the next 6 minutes, I am going to show you exactly what happens inside your mind when you are ignored, and why understanding this changes everything. The science that explains everything. In 2003, neuroscientist Naomi Eisenberger ran a landmark study at UCLA. Participants played a simple computer game called Cyberball, a virtual ball-tossing game with what they believed were two other players. Midway through the game, the other players stopped throwing the ball to them. They were excluded, ignored, left out. While this happened, their brains were being scanned. The result shocked the scientific community. The brain region that activated during social exclusion, the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex, is the exact same region that activates during physical pain. Being ignored does not feel like pain. It is pain, processed by the same neural architecture, registered with the same biological urgency. Your body cannot distinguish between a broken bone and being left out. Both register as threat. Both demand a response. This is why you cannot simply decide not to care when someone ignores you. You are not being weak. You are being human. Your nervous system is doing exactly what it was designed to do. Why your brain reacts so strongly. For 200,000 years, being excluded from the group meant death. No shelter, no food, no protection from predators. The stakes were life or death. That is why today, even in 21st century society, being ignored hits you like a physical blow. Because deep down, your brain has not changed. It still sees exclusion as a threat. And when you understand this, when you understand how your brain reacts, you can finally take control. This knowledge shifts everything. No possibility of reproduction. Social inclusion was not a preference. It was survival. And your brain evolved to treat any threat to that inclusion with the same priority as a physical attack. The amygdala, your brain's threat detection center, does not know you live in 2026. It does not know that being left on red will not kill you. It registers social exclusion as an emergency and floods your system with stress hormones designed to motivate you to restore connection immediately. This is why being ignored makes you obsessive, why you check your phone compulsively, why you replay every interaction looking for what you did wrong, why you cannot concentrate on anything else. Your ancient brain believes your life is at risk, and it is demanding you fix it. The 4 stages your brain goes through when ignored. Stage 1, alarm. The moment you realize you are being ignored, your nervous system activates. Heart rate increases, cortisol rises, your attention narrows to the threat. Every other priority temporarily disappears. The brain has one focus: restore the connection. Stage 2, cognitive obsession. Your brain enters problem-solving mode. It reviews every recent interaction, searching for the cause. What did I say? What did I do? What changed? This process is involuntary and exhausting, because the brain will not stop searching until it finds an explanation that allows it to feel safe again. Stage 3, self-worth collapse. If the search for an explanation fails, and it often does, because sometimes people ignore you for reasons that have nothing to do with you, the brain turns inward. Maybe the problem is me. Maybe I'm not interesting enough, not valuable enough, not worthy of their attention. This is the most dangerous stage, because the conclusion the brain reaches here becomes a belief, and beliefs shape behavior long after the original situation is resolved. Stage 4, adaptation or withdrawal. Eventually the brain makes a choice. Either it finds a way to restore the connection, or it decides that the connection was never safe to begin with. To protect. The withdrawal feels like indifference. It is not. It is a wounded nervous system building walls. Who uses silence as a weapon, and why? Not all silence is equal. Some people go quiet because they are processing, because they need space, because they do not have the words yet. But some people use silence deliberately, strategically, as a tool of control. The silent treatment, when used intentionally, is one of the most psychologically damaging things one person can do to another. It is designed to exploit exactly the neurological vulnerability we just described. It communicates, "You do not exist to me. Your presence has no value. I can erase you completely and feel nothing." And the target, whose brain is registering this as a survival threat, will do almost anything to end the silence. Apologize for things they did not do, accept treatment they should not accept, shrink themselves to restore connection. This is not weakness. This is biology being weaponized. Narcissists, manipulators, and emotionally immature people use this tactic constantly, often without consciously understanding why it works. They simply know that it does. How to protect yourself. Step 1. Name what is happening. When you feel the anxiety of being ignored, identify it precisely. This is my brain registering a social threat. This is a biological response, not an accurate reflection of my worth. The pain is real. The conclusion my brain is drawing may not be. Naming the process creates distance between the feeling and the meaning your brain wants to assign to it. Step 2. Resist the urge to chase. Every time you reach out again, apologize unnecessarily, or shrink yourself to end the silence, you are teaching the other person that this tactic works on you. You are reinforcing the behavior. The counterintuitive response is stillness, not coldness, not games. Simply refusing to be controlled by the silence. Step 3. Redirect your nervous system. Your brain will keep searching for the explanation unless you give it something else to do. Physical exercise is the most effective interruption. It metabolizes the stress hormones, gives the nervous system something real to process, and produces neurochemicals that restore equilibrium. Move, even if you do not feel like it, especially if you do not feel like it. Step 4. Evaluate the relationship honestly. Consistent silence as a response to normal human interaction is not a communication style. It is a control pattern. Ask yourself, does this person consistently use withdrawal to manage conflict? Is this a pattern or an isolated moment? Am I accepting treatment that is slowly eroding my sense of self? The answers to those questions determine whether the goal is to restore the connection or to leave it behind. You were not built to be immune to being ignored. You were built to feel it deeply, because for most of human history, that depth of feeling was what kept you connected, kept you safe, kept you alive. But you are also built with the capacity to recognize when that ancient system is being exploited, to name it, to refuse to let it define your worth. The people who ignore you to control you are counting on you not knowing this. Now you do. Subscribe to Mind Vault. Share this with someone who needed to understand why it hurts so much. Because sometimes the most healing thing in the world is finally having a name